it's definitely not green. The green room, can I get some more ice? If you're not in the band, you can't get in.
Oh, I was just putting on the Thong Song before I put on some something cool like Slipknot.
No, but that's your hype jam. That's how you get things going, man.
Yeah.
But it also I love it because I know you are a 90s dude.
Oh yeah.
I love it. I love it. But you know what else is I sometimes you'll ask me something during the jam or I'll want to sing along with it and it's gonna cut off the song because of Zoom.
I know. And it's
So I'm just
actually
that's why I just dance.
yeah, and I realized that too. And I do repeat myself a lot. And I listen back, I'm like, I say the same thing every time. But the cutoff sometimes is kind of cool. It's like
Right.
you cut in and then you cut out. But
Yeah, we're getting it. I never looked at it that way. All right, then I'll look to cut things off as
you're like,
often as I can.
so anyways.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That thong to thong thong thong. Sorry, did I cut the song off?
Didn't he wear like a didn't Cisco wear like a duck suit or something like that? Like
Yes, I think he did. He had the white or the yellow dyed short fro.
yeah, yep,
Something like
that
that.
was a thing. Though there was it was like him, he had the yellow hair, and then there was also a VJ on MTV. I think his name was Tech.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
MTV used to be so much cooler. They would do like those beach parties. Remember the beach
I
parties? Like
remember that, but I also
spring break?
remember when it was even cooler than that, which is when it, the first 5 years or whatever.
Yeah,
And they only played like 42 videos round and round and round. But
right.
yeah, man, dude, I used to be out playing like baseball or football in front of the house, all the kids. My mom would go, "Bray, come in, Michael Jackson's on." I run into go, or Prince is on, Prince's new video, my friend.
You're like, Mom, tape it, tape it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shut up, mom. Wait, which song?
Yeah. I've already seen it.
Mom, are you talking about Raspberry Beret?
Barrett.
Yeah. Barrett.
Oh, yeah,
Nice.
dude. I don't even know. MTV now is just it's like if you I don't have MTV here because I just like stream everything, but
Right.
if you're ever in a hotel and you go to MTV, it's just like ridiculousness, ridiculousness, ridiculousness,
Yeah, it's
ridiculousness.
just
Like all
reality shows, no music.
yeah, it's crazy,
I don't know
man.
how that happened.
Yeah, there's still good videos though. Sometimes, like all like maybe Axis or something will pop on somewhere and
Right.
there'll be like these videos of like new bands or maybe a song that I've heard and there's a sick video. So like artists still do it. They
They
still,
do. They have
you
like
know,
$1 million budgets and, a quarter of the number of people see them or less. But
yeah.
where I used to love to watch music stuff was at well, I was gonna say HOC
HOB,
or
dude.
HOB, sorry, yeah.
You play gigs there, you watch videos there.
Yeah, no,
I
but
actually
this
they have good milk too. I get my milk there. Yeah.
ew. No, dude, I'm gonna Yar Nar milk right off the bat. Yeet. Fucking revolting to me. Anyway, but how's your coffee?
Milk was a bad choice. Yeah.
Also, well, I hope he's not listening. Yeah, right. But my mom's husband, he's really addicted to all dairy products, and
Addicted.
yeah, and he's a
Oh,
dick. But no, but he just like he is from the military or was in the military, and he
uh,
does everything clockwork and everything the same every day of his life. So
yeah.
he'll eat his first version of breakfast at like 6 in the morning, and it's like a glass of milk, which he
Yeah.
also
In like
pronounces it
one of
that
those
way.
like old school milk like what do you call
No,
those?
he goes on the porch and gets the like
Like
steel bottle of it.
yeah, like the what are those like the glass things that
Pitcher.
yeah, like it's like a pitcher, but like it's just for milk, like the
Yeah.
vat or whatever.
Yeah.
And like drinks it with a big old milk mustache.
Yeah, well, he has a silver beard, and he always has like
Nice.
hanging sour cream from it and shit like that. And so, and then he'll eat again at like 10:30, and it's like a bagel with cream cheese, and I'll ask him a question, and he's like, I'm like, how you feeling today? He's like, fine. Like it's always so.
There's milk just rising in his
Oh,
voice.
everything is just white and sticky. All right, anyway.
Ew.
Yeah, that's so now I just attach and associate dairy with just gross, like, you know, regurgitation.
Yeah, I can see where that came from.
I felt like that before him,
Yeah.
and now it's really it's so much so that like Jamie, the bass player of Mustache,
Uh-huh.
will and best friend, he'll say to me, "How's Milk?" Like the guy's name is Milk now. 'Cause I remember one time I was working with him. They owned an like a duplex or something
Hmm.
to try to rent it out. It was actually a disaster, but I went over there to help him work on it. Maybe 3 days a week for a year or so, and he always had his routine, same thing, bagel, coffee. And one time, he spilled his milk in the truck. All
Oh
right, and he was
God.
so upset, so upset. He's like quiet and glum, and I'm like, dude, it's what's wrong? And he's like, I spilled my milk. I'm like, yeah, it's just drink the coffee without it. So what? It's not the same.
Oh my God. Spilled milk. I know that there's like a is
It's a
that a
saying.
it's a saying. It was like
Yeah,
there was a band actually in high school that their name was Spilled Milk.
yeah.
They were a big deal, and I was always like, that's a great name.
It's
Uh
so awesome.
but yeah, like that's yeah, it's troublesome because spilled milk that can get ugly in a car.
Yeah, if you don't take care of it right away, it can reek. But he also like he'll end his day with ice cream, right? Of course,
Uh-huh.
it's like
Yeah,
the milkiest thing you can have.
sure.
And then he's got it has to be. I go, well, let's have. Hey, what do you think? Do you like strawberry ice cream or whatever I say? And he's like, I only like French silk. French silk vanilla. It's probably because silk rhymes with milk. The guy's like so freaking military about it. And I like to have 3.4 ounces.
He goes and like he goes to the doctor and they're like, "Sir, I'm sorry to say, but you're 95% milk."
Yeah, I was just gonna say you have milk running through your veins.
That is weird, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh my God.
He's like gleeking on the doctor, and it's white. Who gleeks? I remember gleeking.
Oh yeah, that was like a talent that you realize you had, like
Could you do it like 6 feet onto
yeah,
somebody?
yeah, I could, especially after a glass of milk.
Ah, grim. Mine would be like thick and only go like 1 inch.
Yeah, gleeking. And for some reason it was like someone's like, God, dude, you just spit all over my face. You're like, relax, it's just a gleek. Like it's
Dude,
not.
that word is amazing. How come there's
Yeah,
no band called Gleek? Or
I
maybe there
know.
is.
I'm freaking gleek out. I can't.
Gleek.
Yeah, but yeah, for some reason, like you'd be like, it came from under my tongue. It's not gross.
Yeah,
But you
dude.
just like be like gleeking right in someone's face, like flank,
Flank. It's
like
like, hey man, you want to meet up at lunch and have a Gleek contest?
yeah,
It's like, hell yeah,
yeah,
I'm gonna kick your ass.
yeah. Whoever gleeks the farthest gets a huge glass of milk.
Which only furthers your gleeking power.
Gleek. It's like a freaking velociraptor on Jurassic Park. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I don't really have that much of a problem with milk. I don't like pour a nice tall glass of milk
Right,
like
right.
like
Whole milk.
yum. Uh but yeah, I do like, and actually because I do veer around with my what I put in coffee.
Right.
Because I need something to kind of like if I have to drink black coffee, it's not the end of the world, but it's a little less enjoyable, I
So
think.
so that time that I mean this is many, many, many times, but one time I'm just remembering, which was going back to a story we've already told, so I'll just gloss across it, but
Yeah.
the Dallas go look at the JFK site
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
So that very next day when we were getting it, riding back to the airport, you were stage 10 hangover, I
Oh my
remember.
God.
And got out of the car to go get coffee, and we were kind of just gonna leave without you practically. And you're like, so I wondered, did you have all black that morning? Black coffee? It,
No, no, the black doesn't that doesn't affect anything on like I if I feel
okay,
like, oh, I need more. No, it's I'll still do whatever.
still granny it up.
Yeah, I'll granny it a little bit.
Nice.
And like I kind of turned down the oat milk road for a
Yes.
while because I
Yeah.
think it tastes really good.
Sure.
Um, but I revolted against it because I'm like, you know what? I think this is just a huge fad. And honestly, I'm a little more concerned with the health factor of oat milk. I'm
Hmm.
like, is like oat like it's oat milk. So it's like probably just like tons of carbs and like
Yeah.
there's tons of calories in it. And so I just went back. Now I just do whole milk with
Ah,
coffee.
there you go. There
And
you
I
go.
confuse people at coffee shops all the time because I'm like, can I get whole milk? And they'll be like, we're out of oat milk. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Right.
no, 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 I said whole milk. And they're like, oh, wow. Okay. Like, wow.
They're like, is that the same as tofu milk?
Yeah. They're like, I don't understand. Nobody does that
Yeah.
except
Yeah.
for that one guy that Bray's stepdad or whatever.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Right. 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 The guy who's actually, we ask him his name for his cup, and he just says milk again.
Milk.
But he actually spells it Bilk. I'll
Yeah.
have milk.
I saw a funny what was it, a meme or something that was like this dude was like applying for a job at a Starbucks, and the guy's like, okay, I'm a customer, uh my name's Mark, but can you spell it with a C? And he goes, sure. And it's
Kark.
yeah, Carc. And
A.
he's like, you're hired.
I love that.
Kark.
Yeah. That's great. Uh,
Dude,
I'm
I've
gonna
had
next time I go in there though, and they ask me my name, I'm gonna have to say Gleek. I love that. It's my new favorite word with a K.
and two E's. I had all versions of Jeff written. I don't even think now they type it out. So it's less fun. I used
Oh,
to
they
like it
type it. You're right.
when they
Yeah.
drew, when they wrote it, it was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I've had definite G offs, like a
Oh,
big
I was
G
just gonna
off.
ask that. Yeah.
But then I one time I had a Jeff that was DGEF.
No way.
Jeff.
That's amazing. Jeff.
The Jeff.
Shut up, Finley.
Oh,
Dude, talk about misspelling the name. What do you think? I look on there and it says like Drae. They totally just wreck it every time.
Dr. Dre. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to say my full name, which I used to go by years ago, Braden,
Uh-huh.
and I stopped doing that. First of all, because sorry to all the Bradens out there, I hate that name.
Yeah.
Second of all, because people would say, "Oh, Brandon, nice to meet you." Oh, cool, Brendan. Remember that guy, Brendan? I just like every other version of it. But now they have all the Tradens and Fladens and everything.
There's a lot. Yeah. That name's cool, by the way.
What,
And you don't,
Fladen?
no, Braden.
Oh,
And you don't hear it that much, but it's funny how there's names where like you just know how old they are now.
yeah, exactly.
Like there were no Masons back in,
Right,
like the 70s, right?
right,
And
right.
there was like
Trevor.
maybe one, but
Yeah,
and now it's like there's less like Jeffs,
less. Yeah, you hardly ever meet a Bill.
Yeah, yeah, a
That's
Mike
really old.
or a Bill, but there's tons of yeah, like Masons and Kane, a lot of uns, a lot of uns.
Oh yeah. Well,
Like,
when I hear the word name Mike, I don't know why, but when you just said it, you could, there's a million Mikes, but for some reason, when I think of it being a name you don't hear much anymore, who came to my mind just now was our illustrious road guy, Mike Jameson, who has the most exquisite push broom mustache, which he just keeps trimmed. It's just so Ned Flanders without apology.
yeah,
It's just really there. And you just don't see that either. Sort of goes with it. He has
yeah.
like a very clean shaven face and just like a huge, like his mustache goes out farther than his nose from the side.
Like,
amazing.
It is perfect. I mean,
And then he's
yeah.
telling like old dad puns,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh,
too.
the pun power on that one is
Oh,
just
it's
like
amazing.
you wouldn't be able to say anything to him. You'd be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
Mike, I like your mustache." And he's like, must have a mustache,
Yeah,
half,
yeah.
half,
Very good one. Very good one.
half and half mustache." Or,
Yeah.
like
Must have mustache. Yeah. It's totally it, dude. God, that's good.
he can't
Yeah.
he can't help
No.
it. He
No,
can't
no.
help it. Like
No.
it's amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think we went down a Jameson Road a couple times. He is a classic. He is a
Oh,
classic.
dude, he's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, uh,
He's really he'll go either way too. He's very kind, and he'll also throw an extreme manic fit. You know what I mean? One minute he'll be like, "Whatever you need, just let me know. I
yeah,
care. A towel just for your tears or whatever you
yeah,
might need." And then the next minute he's like, but he doesn't do it in a yelling way. I've never seen him
right,
get mad in a yelling way. It's more like we'll invite him to breakfast the next day after a gig, and maybe somehow no one told him where it is, and everyone's all eating. You
yeah,
know, it happens to anybody. You just
right.
figure it out and show up, or you text somebody. He doesn't text anybody and go, "Where are you guys?" He'll just like wander around the city for an hour and show up when you're finishing your plate, and he's like, "I hope you've enjoyed your meal." You know.
Yeah, you're. But there'd be a rhyme in there that was kind of
Oh
sad.
yeah. What's the deal? Hope you
Yeah,
enjoyed your meal.
yeah. I was too busy on my four wheels because I couldn't find the fucking place.
Yeah. That is how I feel.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
simple text would have made things easier next.
It's too
You're like,
advanced.
okay.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, he'll be like, I think the last one he did with us, he was killing it, doing his thing, and we're playing, and I was like, "Hey, Mike." He's like, yes, sir, Mr. Jeff, yes, sir."
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm like, "Hey, you think you can get me a drink like mid set? Like, bring me a drink?" He's like, "What would you like?" And I'm like,
Yep. Yep.
Whatever." And he brings like four just huge drinks,
That's
like,
how he'll do it too.
yeah, like,
They're
and
like
just
warm, no ice, like 6-shot tequila drinks.
with like somehow he found the biggest cups in the whole venue. I'm like, all right, dude, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I look at it like this sometimes. He'll be like, "Can I get, oh man, can you get me a drink?" He'll be like, "What would you like?" And then you tell him, and 10 minutes later, he brings it to you, and he's like, "I guess I'm getting people drinks now." Like, where'd that come from? You didn't have to do it, dude. He's like, "No, no, no. Anything that would make you happy." You know? But he rides it just right where you're like, "Are you mad?"
Yeah.
You know?
He's like, of course that's what I'm here for.
Yeah. And
There's
nothing else. I don't have to go to the bathroom or anything.
Yeah. I don't need a drink.
Yeah.
I think there was something that I wasn't there, but I knew it was happening with Mustache for a while when the all the props started happening.
Oh yeah, and then he
And
gets relegated to
and
that.
there was like a battle of like I think I can't remember who else was doing crew. Maybe it was even Jamie. And Jamie's like calling Alex like, "Hey, Mike's here to help, but he's been inflating like
Yeah.
sharks for 3 hours." And he's like, and I keep telling him he needs to help out with the sound, but he said he's on the inflating part. Like, and he wouldn't do it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I can't do two things at once.
Yeah, he's specifically said inflate all the things. That's what
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. I'll talk to you in an hour when I'm done with the inflation station. Yeah. He's awesome, dude. Much love to Mike, man. We're
I know.
ribbing you, dude. If you listen,
Yeah.
you're hella loved, but you are hilarious.
Yes, I get a kick. Like, it is entertainment, and that's like when this whole podcast is about us sitting around and with the characters, and
Oh
that is
yeah.
one we could just be sitting there and like,
Just do Mike for a
yeah,
while.
he could take a room from just being bored with chips to like you're just like, what did you just say?
Oh, it's amazing, dude.
Yeah.
Speaking of chips, you had me rolling because we talked about the tendency of people to try to talk to someone with an accent when they don't speak the language,
Oh
and they
yeah.
think it's Spanish. So you had a best one about your dad. Dude, I was
Fucking-
laughing about this at like 2 in the morning just
oh,
by
nice.
myself.
Driving home. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh yeah, and I'm totally exaggerating
I
that.
know, but
It's
so
like,
good.
maybe we could get some chips.
I was gonna write it out to you as a text and spell it like,
Yeah, cheap.
CHEE. Yeah, 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 yeah. Or something.
Maybe we could get some chips or something.
Yeah.
Like, Dad, we're at Burger King right now.
Yeah, 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 exactly. Sir, this is a Wendy's. So good.
But dude, I know you probably don't want to say this, but I was also laughing because how we got down that road
Oh yeah.
was freaking.
No, I can say it.
Oh, dude, that was funny. Like,
So I thought I might have told this one before, but
not, nope, you
all
did.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're encouraged for me to be even a more embarrassing asshole, I guess. So which I think it's like, people like Steve's way to feel better about themselves. He's like, no, go
Yeah.
ahead, just show your fallibility. All right. So we Neon Velvet's doing a series of shows at the Fairmont where we're playing the dinner and the dance set. The dinner set's always weird because people are eating and they're not really out there. But there's a huge empty dance floor. So and everyone's coming from all over the world, not everyone, but different divisions of this company. So
Yeah.
this was a Latin America group, and so a Hispanic woman and her daughter, who's about 5, go on the dance floor. They're the only two on the dance floor watching the whole set, and so you end up, basically entertaining those two people. And I'm singing to the girl who's so cute, smiling, looking up at the stage, cherubic, and I'm just looking at her face the whole show. And I just start like playing just for her and looking at her, and I'm just transfixed with her face. I'm just thinking about her. And we get to the end of the 1 hour set, and we're saying like, okay, we're gonna stop now. And she's like looking a little bit like, oh, we don't want you to stop. And I'm just looking at her face. I'm so lost, and I didn't mean to, and I just go, but it's time to go. And I didn't mean to say it like that. And
And the reverb's all.
yeah, yeah, time to go. And then the whole band like cringed in like tomato faced embarrassment.
It's like, oh,
Yeah, yeah. How could you? It was like not woke.
fucking gringo.
Yeah, yeah. It was like, hey, sorry to say. No, it was so bad, and I didn't mean to. And then the girl's face was really confused too. I was like, why did you talk different all of a sudden?
Yeah.
And the mom was like, don't worry. No, no, just kidding.
Go
Uh,
eat some chips.
Stop crying, you little bitch. I got you. No, it was so bad.
Nervo's like, I think I'm gonna, I don't.
No, he's like, I'm half Mexican. How do I feel about this?
Oh,
Which he
that's
is.
true.
Remember, he's
Yes.
the least Mexican you'll ever meet.
And his dad is the least Mexican you'll ever
I
like.
know.
You meet his dad, and he's
Yeah,
like,
I'm like, you look like Gandhi. This is
yeah,
weird.
like
Yeah.
straight from like, I'm like, like Jewish from Brooklyn or
Although
something.
he's not. Yeah, the
Mexico
mother
City.
does
Yeah,
look
yeah.
more properly.
I would
Uh,
never pick that though.
That's why he calls himself the gefilte fish taco, which I think is amazing. It's so good.
That's hilarious.
Oh yeah, it's good, dude. He's full of really good one-liners that he thinks
Yeah.
about for a month and then unleashes.
Yeah, he was like, I was in Mexico City one time, and he sent me a message, and he goes, "Hey, that's my old home, that's my old place." And I was like, "What?" Like,
know,
that's so
right?
random. Anyways, sorry, keep going.
No, just so that
That was it. That was
yeah,
it.
but yeah, now it's just one of those. I don't know why, but I have like 20 times where I was accidentally racist. Like the blackface.
Oh, that was a class. I mean, that made it into the top 5 of this.
Yeah. So like we have a show, Mustache Harbor at Bimbo's this coming or tomorrow, November 19th. So we're talking about
Public?
themes. Oh yeah,
Oh, dude, nice.
yeah.
Cool.
You guys are playing though. How was last night, by the way?
Oh boy.
Nice. Yeah, fill up that tank. I really wanted to do it, and
Yeah.
Alex asked me a bit too late, and I had plans, but
We were, let's just say it's just one of those where we played that big room at the
yeah.
Fox, which is
Oh yeah.
cool. We
Right.
used to do it. It used to be kind of stressful though, because that room's so big. When you have a
Right.
room that's big,
Oh yeah.
that's that big, you're always like, oh my God, like if it's full, amazing. If it's not full, like you feel kind of
Awkward.
lame, right?
Yeah, there's
Um,
like 80 people in there, and it
yeah,
holds like 1,500.
yeah, and so it was just a party, and, it was just so
Like a dead party.
a dead, dead party of, like,
Mhm.
maybe 40 people,
Ooh.
and we just could feel it, and it was
Yeah.
kind of funny actually because I was like, they were real cool, like, they're bringing us food, and we're just chilling in the we're just hanging in the dressing rooms, and, everyone's in a pretty good mood, like, being positive, and we're sitting there, and the client comes in, "Hey, like, we're just people are still stuck in traffic. Can we, like, push to, like, 7:15?" "Yeah, it's fine, it's all good," and they walk away, and then and we're like, "Yeah, okay, cool." We're, like, all in a good mood, and Alex is like, "I just have a feeling this is gonna be lame."
Into the mic.
Yeah, and we started it. It was like we were just playing to, a couple
Yeah.
people, like,
Right.
yeah, but whatever. It is
A
what it is.
Hispanic woman and her daughter.
Yeah, we're like,
It's time to go.
yeah, it's time to dance.
All right. You're all cha-chaing.
Yeah, but so that's cool. You guys are doing bimbos. We're actually back at the Little Fox for a
Oh,
public
sweet.
show that I didn't even know was public,
Tonight
actually.
and tomorrow?
No, just tomorrow.
Okay.
Tonight is something in Napa. I think it's another birthday party.
Nice.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'll probably get lost again.
Oh,
Right.
dude, that we gotta say a little something about that. I mean,
Yeah.
every single person in our band,
Yeah.
Jeff, me, and you, and the rest of Tainted Love did a show 2 nights ago, and or yeah, 2 nights ago, and it's one of those, is like, says it's at a residence and it's a wealthy client, and the directions that Google Maps take you to, literally, it takes you not to that place.
Yeah.
And you have the address right. You walk up there, and it's like a different street, different number for some
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
So you find out it's the level up and behind there, like the street behind it up. So it's
Significantly farther
and
away.
you can, and there's no, yeah, significantly further away, kind of on a private road,
Yeah.
practically, and like and there's no service, so you can't talk to each other to say, hey, here's how you get here. And it's
That's
just
right.
like you're a little bit, right when you get there, you're like, where's the bar?
Yeah, totally.
You know what I mean? Like, and I just did something I rarely do, which is basically put on most of my show outfit, so I'm not carrying, because I'm like, well, I don't even know how this is gonna go. I don't want to carry a suitcase all over tarnation.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like changed in the car into most of the gear, and then just threw like the jacket in a backpack. I'm glad I did, but
Yeah.
the rookie move, I used to like carry the whole wardrobe, bag and bag,
Yeah.
suitcase to everything. And this time I'm like,
Yeah.
change my shoes, everything. So
Yeah, I do. You know what? I didn't do it last night, but I most like, man, for these private parties, I
yeah,
will a lot of times just roll in
nice.
wearing my gear just because it's so much easier. Like,
Doesn't hurt
especially
anything.
the pant change.
Yeah,
Like,
that
I'm
one.
always just like, it's just so much easier to just be, it's
Especially
not,
pants. Yeah.
yeah, it's not like you're blowing your cover or anything. It's like,
Yeah,
you
and
know,
pants show wrinkles the least.
yeah,
Sometimes you don't want to sit around in the shirt.
yeah,
Maybe something might spill, something like that. But the pants and the shoes is,
yeah,
unless you have to walk through dirt, the shoes, really, because that was a
yeah,
thing which we did have to do at
yep,
the at that show we just did. But pretty crazy show. We should share a little bit about it. What kinds
yeah,
of weird parties, like a working band does, that maybe a touring band doesn't experience, these weird,
yeah.
super, super wealthy client. Um, yeah, go on.
So this dude, it was his 50th. Was that it? 50th or 60th or 55th?
50th, looked 60th.
Oh, did he look older? That's I heard you guys
I
talking
thought he
about
did. He had like a hairpiece and everything.
well, he apparently invented like plasma or
Yeah.
something for
Yeah.
like TVs.
Right.
And dude, like it was just one of these places that everything that you could see and touch, I could tell was the top, like in a level of uh price point that
Yeah.
like I could never touch. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like we're just like, oh yeah, that little table over there, that's probably freaking $15,000.
Right. The baby bottle is like solid gold.
Yeah, just everything was very, very high end.
Right.
And they had this stone. What was that called? Like a Colin knew what it was called. It was like this stone that they obviously found in like Montana or something.
Oh, the geode.
A geode that was like I don't know what
Oh, it was
25,
like 2
30.
stories tall or something.
Yeah, and apparently something like that would cost you
Like
like
a half a million.
yeah, like a house, you know.
Yeah.
And this freaking acrobats and all this
Right.
crazy stuff going on. And they
And
had like
the drone light show that we enjoyed.
oh my God. Yeah.
Amazing.
So drone shows, I've seen two now, and that is the trippiest shit. Like so crazy to
Oh, it
watch.
was the first one I'd ever seen. I didn't even know. So apparently they can get any number. They had about 100 at this one that you and I
Yeah.
watched, and they program ahead of time all these three-dimensional visuals, and it's to music,
Yeah.
or it usually is. And so you just watch this show that's sort of like a more of a high-tech, futuristic Fourth of July
Yeah.
thing, but it's like they're unlimited with the visuals they can create. There's like a melting candle and
Yeah.
words and
And apparently, like that show, I mean, not to throw, I mean, I'm not bragging because it's these people that have the money. It's like that was like $100,000 or something for that
just for
show.
that,
Yeah,
just for the
yeah,
drone part. Yeah.
yeah, which is crazy. I mean, back
And
when
then we were in a windy barn. I
I'm
mean,
like,
right?
dude, I'm like, guys, you could just eat some mushrooms for like $30 and you could get the same thing. No,
Yeah, nice.
no,
Including the band.
we had a lot of jokes going on during this
Oh
show.
yeah.
Like, you know, like one was you know, like I was like, dude, obviously this is all being controlled, like it's been pre-programmed, right? Like it's on a computer. And then we were joking, like, how funny would it be if there was like 80 13-year-olds in the forest going like a little to the left, a little to the
Yeah,
left. They're
each
all
one for one drone.
yeah. And then the second joke was like, you know, like we're like, man, these drones, like this is the future. Like they're gonna take over. And then all of a sudden in the sky, it just says die humans, and they start
Yeah,
shooting at us.
yeah, yeah. I know. And also, like, what every band is going to joke about, of course, we're watching all these amazing visuals. They make like a, I don't know, spaceship, whatever they made. And everyone's all, how come they don't draw a dick?
Yeah, we were all waiting for the dick.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Except for Alex, which I don't know why I found this strange. He's like, I was waiting to see a dick and balls. And I
Yeah,
was like, oh, and balls.
and balls. Yeah, and then we had to take it farther. Well, it didn't like squirting out. It was like the motion.
With milk.
Yeah, I want to see it gleek at us. When the
Drone
drones,
gleek.
yeah, when drones can gleek, that's when
Oh, I bet you they could have easily.
yeah, they can gleek for sure.
Oh,
Uh,
dude.
so yeah, it was trippy, and yeah, God, that was a you know the job that we do is like 20% playing the music and what everybody knows about that we do, and then
Right.
the rest is like driving and
Yeah.
traveling. And
Right.
I've put so many hours in the car this week just driving around. Like I did a double whammy on Tuesday with Nervo.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was driving. Then Wednesday was that one that we
Yeah.
were talking about. And
Which was a fair drive. And because of
fair
getting
drive.
lost in the middle, you're like really
It,
in the act of driving for like over 2 hours.
yeah, the getting lost, it really does test your patience a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
and then you get there, and because with us, it's either we've switched back and forth. Like I used to always get lost, and everyone would go, "Oh, yeah, that's the iMaps. You got to switch to Google Maps." And I'm always like, "I don't like Google Maps. I don't like the way it looks." And then they're like, yeah, but the address will go right with Google Maps. I'm like, okay, I'll switch. And so now I always use Google Maps because all of our
Yeah.
events
I
are in
find
Google
it's
Google
more
Maps.
yeah, except for that one.
And so then that one, I'm like, man. And then Trey was like, oh, I just used iMaps and it was perfect. I
Of
came
course he
straight
did.
here. And I'm like,
Yeah.
God
I
damn.
parked in the swimming pool. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah. The drone actually led me here. It's
Yeah,
like Trey, it's all
yeah.
Trey in the
Yeah.
sky.
Yeah.
Follow
A
us.
lady gave me a foot massage when I arrived. It was fine. I don't know why it didn't happen for you.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah. So and then yesterday too was like I just stuck in traffic and I was going, and it pulls
Uh,
me through these weird ways. And it really you get there and you just have to like take a deep breath and be like, this job is freaking easy and
and
awesome.
fun.
And
Yeah.
it's exactly what I want to do. So like just let it go. And it's nice to know like you get there, we're just gonna have some laughs, have some food, have some booze.
Yeah. Right.
It's
Well,
hard, it's hard not to drink. I will say that.
that's I was gonna get into that.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
glad to hear you say that. Sometimes I feel like I don't have a problem with it. It's just there is habit and there is sort of a natural feeling that you want to cut your own sort of mood after a drive like that or whatever
yeah,
thing or just kind of separate from normal life's concerns, which
yeah,
we need to have other ways to do that too. But
yeah.
as I said, it does become sort of a habit because it's free and available to us at work.
And it's just
You're not supposed to drink on the job, but ours you kind of are.
you got to be loose. And it is like if someone gave me like a placebo, like just like a here's your drink, and
Right.
it kind of tasted like it, and there wasn't alcohol, I think I would actually be okay
Right.
because it kind of is just the
It's the
act
act. Yeah.
of just doing something. I get really bored and like uh the times that I take breaks, like I still have to be drinking like soda water or something.
Right.
Like
Right.
have to do something. It's weird.
Right. It's totally like a memorization. Your body's used to that movement and
Yeah.
but that's why I
Some
was talking.
milk. I'm just gonna start drinking tons of milk.
Oh God. Well, I
It's
was talking to Trey. I was
like,
talking, yeah, yeah. I was talking to Trey about this, and because he's like that too, and he was just saying that basically he pours himself a very weak, tall drink.
yeah.
But see, here's where maybe I do have a problem because that would just frustrate me. It's like I drink to feel it, frankly,
Yeah.
myself. So maybe placebo does work, but and then I always took it too far. I get like the Mike Jameson tankard, you know, and then but I mean I have no problem controlling. I didn't have anything that day and it's
Yeah.
just more that they only had water in that
Oh
backstage,
yeah. And
which
then
was
they
a
had
little bit strange.
oh yeah, we gotta circle back a little bit. There was a
Yeah.
lot of things happening. One was they had the classic, like you're at a trendy party when they have a DJ with like, she's like the hot blonde that's
Yeah.
playing violin, you know,
Right, electric
like
violin.
like that's a thing now. It's like
But it's also a bit I don't know why, but it's kind of hippie because that
it's a
they had
little, yeah, it
yeah,
is.
right. They had a little bit of like a Burning Man vibe to the
Yeah,
thing, like the glowing acrobats on coils, bouncing back and forth.
right. Yeah.
And then also, I think you might have noticed this person because you kind of kept laughing, looking at me. But do you remember the really weird lady that was kind of
Super skinny.
yeah, super
Like
skinny and
like her skin was so, I mean, actually I was kind of impressed. Like she was ripped, like
she
like
was
in a skinny, like I in a
yeah. Well,
way.
she looked like a mountain climber that had like walnut texture.
Yeah, and she probably only eats a walnut every day,
Yeah, yeah, granola only.
and has never drank milk.
Right, right, or water. She's like super dehydrated. She's kind of uh, it's weird to say this, but frankly, creeping on me
Yeah.
in the show. And that happens. It happens to anyone in the band. That was her target for that show. And it's kind of like just not breaking eye contact with you and standing right in front of you,
Yeah.
like doing sort of a seance dance, like
She
you
looked
know,
like she would have totally gleeked right in your face. Like,
oh yeah, down my throat. And so totally. And it would be like the driest, it was like rocks came out, little pebbles. So we take our first break and I I'm like, I went over to the bathroom back there, and there's like little cheese area, which of
Yeah.
course you and I stop at.
Oh my God, big time.
You're like, oh, cool, cheese. You just
Yeah.
like walk by, grab it. And so I did too. And I'm kind of facing, looking out the door, and I hear this, I like your show. And I turned around, and it's her.
Whoa.
And she's standing extremely close to me and just like looking really laser at me.
Yeah.
Like, do you do this for a living? Very, very in my face. I was like, yeah, yeah, I do, And then, I don't know why, but I was like, what do you do for a living? And she just, I think it was weird. She was like being mysterious. I said, what do you do for a living? And she's like, what time do you guys finish?
Whoa. Straight to
Yeah.
the point.
Yeah, straight to the point. And I was like, oh, I don't know. We're gonna see how it goes, I guess. I
Yeah.
didn't want to give any specifics,
Yeah.
I'm kind of like,
You're like, maybe we could like get a couple glasses of milk.
yeah, exactly. You want to do some gleeking, and
She's like, you're like, what do you do for a living? She's like, eat air.
yeah, exactly. Climb geodes.
Yeah. She was pretty creepy. Like she was at one point she was doing like a crawl on the ground
Yeah,
that
she
really
was.
reminded me of like the Exorcist kind of a vibe. Like she's like backwards looking, like
She's like, I call this the mountain climber. It's
yeah,
like
like very yeah,
she's
I
like
would
reptilian. She was
she
reptilian.
she was reptilian. Yeah, I'm sure she's maybe a nice lady. Actually, I'm not sure. She looked pretty crazy.
But she was nice, but just had that like rictus smile, like frozen.
Yeah.
And then I said, well, I like your dance moves. I didn't know what to say.
Yeah, right.
And she literally like kept her weird frozen smile and turned and walked away.
Oh my God.
Not mean, but just kind of like, I'm done talking.
I'm done. She maybe
Yeah.
she was on like acid or something.
Maybe she's almost like either gleek with me later or fuck off.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, all right.
You're like, have you had the cheese?
Do you like manchego?
Yeah. Funny thing about Google Maps, I got so lost.
Do you like those sprongy acrobats? I know. Yeah, so she actually was not unattractive in the face,
Yeah.
strangely.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe like right. Like she maybe like a few less mountain climbs
Right.
and she probably would maybe.
It was like a middle of the journey, Kathleen. Crap, I forgot her name. The romancing the stone lady, but
Oh geez. Yeah, I don't know.
shoot. Well, anyway, she was a bit rough,
Right.
rawhide, but
Hide.
actually kind of pretty.
Yeah, and she also had like Vans on that were like 17 inches tall. Did you
Oh,
notice?
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I was staring at those and I
Interesting.
was like, wow, are those like custom made? Like what the hell?
Wow.
That's part of her rock climbing thing.
A lot of strange people there. There was an older guy who was like 6'5", and he had this really loud nerd outfit on. And he was kind of trying to do the robot.
Yeah,
And he wasn't good at it, and
yeah.
nobody was good at dancing in the
No.
whole party.
There was one lady that was like, she was like middle age, but she was doing some serious gymnastics. I was like,
Well, you mean the one that kept trying, and Alex and I thought she was gonna die? She kept
yeah,
trying to do the. It weren't serious gymnastics. She was trying to do a cartwheel and
she,
couldn't manage that.
well, she was trying though. I was
Dude,
like,
and she
damn.
kept like her arms kept buckling under her right when
Yeah.
she's like upright. So it's like, here we go. And instead of going, I'm embarrassed, I'm gonna go to the back of the room, she would tried it 4 more times.
Yeah. I was like, is that Mary Lou fucking oh never mind. It's not
Wetting.
Mary
Mary
Lou
Lou wetting herself.
Mary Lou Reckon.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that, and then the tall guy doing it, and they actually had dancers that were apparently hired for the party to break dance, and they were like bloody awful, dude.
there was the one guy that was like he looked like a fatter version of me. And like, I was like
I do spell it G off.
yeah, I was like, dude, like respect that you're like getting out there, but like you're not a break dancer. Like you're not in shape. You're too like husky, first off.
He's like, my name is Heft Subaru.
I was like, bro, like, and he was having a great time. I was like, you guys are what? Like, what the
Um,
hell? Like, I like,
I thought he looked like a really heavy like Steve Perry or something. He had like
yes,
Indian
yes,
long hair, or Native American long hair, and then
yeah,
he's like dancing sort of lazy, like
yeah,
like hip hop is a very energetic, like tight dancing,
right.
and instead he's just all muh, muh, muh.
Well, yeah, and he was like standing until it was like his turn, which is probably not the move. Like
Right,
you need to be
right,
like in the groove, in
right,
the groove. But
right.
he was just like standing there and
Yeah,
just like
all
your turn, and he's going,
luggish.
okay, here we go.
Yeah,
And he
yeah,
did like,
yeah, yeah.
whatever,
Are
like
you ready for this? And it's all flop,
yeah,
flip.
breakdance number
Yeah.
one YouTube video. But like yeah, like that's like a thing. Like I feel like on his like gig salad profile, it's like his first thing is maybe like sous chef, and then
Yeah,
like way down, it's like break dancer.
right. Ex wrestler.
Like, would you like to add yourself to these jobs? It's like, sure.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, right. I clicked all the boxes.
Yeah.
Professional gleeker.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so and reason we mention this so much too is they were apparently hired for the party. The beginning of the show was a requested first song so that they could do a dance
Alien,
routine,
alien breakdance.
alien breakdancers, and really it was just like three schlubs
It
sort of
was,
flopping around the floor.
it was, I'm not a dancer. I could have done what they did. I'm not gonna lie.
Absolutely.
Like,
Everyone in the even Steve Moon was saying the same thing. He's like, I don't know. I feel like I could have done better. I'm like,
yeah.
or at least as well. I'm like, definitely, dude.
Yeah. And then there was the 6'5" alien man woman.
Yeah.
It was like
Oh
the,
yeah,
and
right.
he looked like, I'm like, you look like an alien
Yeah, Davita Boai.
that's just gonna like have sex with everything.
Right, right.
And I was
See
like,
that hole in the wall?
and I was like, this is like, oh my god, like just everything that it's just huge, like
Yeah,
monster.
yeah,
And then like he turned around, or she turned
yeah.
around,
They
and sorry everybody,
come on, man. Woke
I'm
up.
I'm a dinosaur. I can't learn new things.
It's
And
time to fuck.
he was just, that's actually how the hole in that geode got there. He just
Yeah, yeah,
banged the
exactly.
rock.
Yeah, banged it with its uncharacterizable pelvis.
Yeah, he was standing in front of me, and I realized like his butt was like right in like
Yeah,
my face.
right.
I was like, oh my god, like
Yeah, because that's how tall they
yeah,
are.
like holy shit.
Actually, they had kind of cool style,
Yeah,
and actually, their movements were probably the best. They were the
yes,
pinnacle of the party as far as any
that
human.
that
I
was
thought.
the zone. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But overall,
it
that
was a
was
night, man,
that was a night. Yeah.
and you bounced out nicely.
Oh, I
Like
had to get up.
quickly. Yeah,
Yeah, man, when it's far like that, and I could tell that I'm tired, I'm like, I have
yeah,
no time to sit and talk. I rarely, after the show, I'm kind of like, I got to get out, just because
yeah.
I know I usually have a drive, and it's like,
It depends where I am. Like
yeah,
at Bimbo's, I have a hard time leaving, frankly, because I
bimbos, I
just
always
love
hang.
it there. I
I do.
love it there. I
Yeah,
just don't. I wish, frankly, that they would leave everything open and let people kind of enjoy the bar for like 2 hours,
yeah,
because they're very quick to bounce people out of there, literally half hour
yeah,
style. Like in 20 minutes, they're like, "All right, people." You're
yeah.
like, "Come
They
on,
like grab the freaking Ruffles sour cream and cheddar chip out of your hand.
out of
They're
your
like,
hand."
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, they just start emptying the drink you have. They just pour
Yeah.
it out.
I don't know how this happened, but one time, I mean, freaking 10 years ago, I got a ride to my hotel from the guy and gal that are married that set everything up back there, right? What's
Oh,
their names?
is it the bearded guy who runs
Bearded
lights?
bearded guy. Yep.
Uh-huh,
And then the
right.
redhead. They gave me a ride once because
Wow.
I was the last one. And
Oh, that's really
they're
cool.
like, do you need a ride? I was like, I guess so.
Wow, that's really cool, dude. I
Yeah.
mean, I know it's funny, but that really takes me to the side of saying that place has it all.
It is a
You
classic.
know,
Yeah.
it's really family vibe. I love the staff that works there, like the door people
Yeah.
around, even in backstage and all that. I
Yeah.
really like those people. It's
Yeah.
super, and I love Saul, the angry bartender that Has he given you guys drawings of Tainted Love on stage?
I Brett and Alex, I think, have some. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Super cool.
I treasure
Those are
those, man.
classics, man.
Dude, he's really good, and he made one of like the largest one I'd ever seen, and Noel's dad bought it. I mean,
Oh, cool.
he does it so you buy them, but he
Yeah.
gives them to the band, so, often, and I just tip them anyway, and I
Yeah.
just adore him. I always go, "You're my good luck charm, man," and he waves me away like, "Yeah." But I know he thinks about it, and then he made one for that. I don't know. I don't think Noel's dad asked for it, but he drew like a big one, like
Nice.
16 by 20 kind of a thing, and I think he gave him like $50 for it or something. But
That's cool.
so I had never seen him do that, but he is a legend.
Yep.
All right, he's probably been there since the 1800s,
Yeah.
and he just I wondered if any of the other bands kind of get into it like I do. I'm just so into that. But
Yeah, I know Brett has like, she does for
oh,
sure.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Uh yeah, that place is yeah, what a place, man. I mean, it's like
Dude, is it your favorite in like California or
yeah, I think so. It's just so
yeah,
unique and you can tell that it's like they're doing that place because they love it.
yeah.
And it's not like trying to monetize
Right, because
everything.
it's not open every day.
Yeah, they're just kind of like, no, we are like a classy joint and we
Yep.
have our thing. We got our guy that paints and we get, it's just kind of like a
Yeah.
it'd be interesting, like that whatever that story is there with that family is probably a super interesting
Oh, I
story.
am all
Like,
in for that.
yeah, because I mean it's just like a family, right? And they just choose they're just like, no, we're just because I
And
mean they could monetize that way more.
I
Like
know. And then
and
they have the two brothers that have opposite personalities
yeah,
that kind of run it too. One's kind of a little more of a bookkeeper type personality, and the other guy's like kiss the ring, like meet me in the upstairs, kind of guy. It's really cool, man.
yeah, it is a cool place for sure. Um, yeah, man. Yeah, so it's been a whirlwind week. I'm actually like tired right now
That's
still.
awesome, dude.
But yeah, more shows coming up.
Hmm.
I'll probably get lost again to one or two.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What you got going on?
I there's just one I really do want to mention because, and you can relate, right? Is original band show.
Yes.
So I'm always super excited. Well, the Dens are going to open for Super Diamond, the mighty Neil Diamond tribute Super Diamond at probably my new second favorite venue, which is the Guild Theater in Menlo Park.
That place
Gorgeous, brand
is
new,
sick.
so sick. The backstage is like a private penthouse apartment
Oh my God.
with like
Okay, so I gotta say, as far as backstage
the
green room,
best.
that's number one.
Yeah.
Probably not probably. It is the best I've ever seen.
Ever,
Like,
all
yeah,
over, right?
yeah,
It's like
everywhere.
it's like a very up to date, like Art Deco, fancy decorations and couches and
Yeah,
everything.
it's beautiful.
It's just gorgeous. So anyway, but also the sound is great, and it's set up sort of like the Warfield, kind of a somewhat shallow,
Yeah,
but all seats are good. Sound is
yeah.
pristine, and so this is Thursday, December 8th, and we're gonna premiere a new song I just wrote,
Nice.
which I wanted to really briefly say something to you about this too, which is, I don't know, kind of green room and just musicianly type of thing, which is sort of interesting, which is how do you get sort of get by your distractions to be able to sit down and write. So I want to start touring again and I just really have a need for new material right now, just personally. And
Mhm.
so sometimes what I'll do, which if I had kids I couldn't, so is I'll go every month or every other month just to Reno and stay in a room for like 3 days so I can not be distracted by work and
Yeah,
just write.
that's
So
amazing.
it also sets pressure on yourself because you're like, I better have material when I leave this joint.
Yep.
And which I did. So I came out. I want to have at least a new piece, a new song,
Yeah.
which I
Yeah.
did. And as we all, I think, know you and I and stuff, is there anything more of a high than when you just finish a new song?
Oh, it's
Dude,
the best.
it's
It just
better
it's
than
all
anything.
consuming. It's an all consuming like high that just like uh yeah, and it's something that like kind of my take on that, like now with my life, I used to think like, oh, if I have kids, like I'll never be able to get in that space again, to write.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's not true for me. It's just for me, I have to just decide
Yes.
I'm doing this now,
Yeah.
and my all my mental energy is going into this, and I'm going in. And I could still be doing other things, but like as long as I'm just always like, okay, for like 2 hours today, I'm going in, and
Yeah.
my brain is just there. I can
Yeah.
still lock it in.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just the way I do. And when I travel, I do sit
There
and
you go.
write,
That's
you
the
know,
time. Yeah.
but I like to have my toys,
Yeah.
and my sounds that I like. It just kind of depends, I guess, what I'm writing. But oh yeah, I miss it. It's time for me to get into some more writing and do another thing.
Yeah, I mean, I have one of those screensavers that shows all of the. I guess runs it or whatever, but it shows all like of album covers,
Yeah.
right? Just randomly that keep flipping over. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's a grid of album covers.
Yes.
That's a screensaver. I
Yeah.
mean, I also brought it up because your face comes up.
Oh
And
wow.
I have your Petrito and some of
Yeah.
like your
Cool.
recordings and
Nice.
Dark Spaces, I think it's called.
Yep.
So, that hypes me and I love your original stuff. So I wanted to bring it up for that too, just to like encourage you to do some more of that because it's
Yeah.
super worthwhile.
Yeah, a lot of it for me right now, that is I love doing that Petrito stuff. It's very natural for me. Whatever
Hmm.
I do next, though, I want to really take my time on it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and just be like, I don't know, maybe just focus on one song for a while.
Beautiful.
Because I'm not sick of it. I just do it where I'll have like 5 songs and I love two,
Hmm.
but I love them all when I release them.
Oh, yeah.
But then later, like right now, like I
But
won't
that's
listen.
normal, dude. You'll still feel that way even if you take
Yeah,
your time on songs.
yeah, I know. And I do take a lot of time on it, but there's parts where I'm like, I knew I should have like,
I do that too.
maybe my voice wasn't working, but I was like, no, no, I need to get this done.
Yeah.
And I would do it and you'd listen and you're like, well, all the notes are there and everything's right, but you can't put your finger on why. But
Yeah.
sometimes it's a vibe. And so there's certain songs that I listen to and I'm just like, I almost want to take them down and just re-record them. Um,
Yeah.
which I might actually, but whatever I do next, I want to just really like maybe just do a single that I'm like really like I don't know.
And see, I'm the opposite. Because I'm so precious about all my songs and recordings. Sometimes I think it takes it the other way where you might lose some of the spontaneity.
Yeah,
So I'm going to counter what you're saying to remind you like when you think something's just that day that it could have been done better. Yeah, but that's special.
I know.
That's really important. I think we uh I'm doing the opposite. This new record I'm working on, I want it to be every song is like a day or two, but not that I don't put everything into it. And I will do more than the album will have, and I'll pick the best, and I'll then adorn it and stuff like that. But I don't. I guess the point is to say I don't want to overthink it because I
Yeah,
do think that can kill art.
yeah, it can. I have so many demos that I still think are better than whatever I release.
Oh yeah,
Just
oh
just because
yeah,
the vibe, I'm like, damn, I didn't. But I was dead set on I have to do this at better quality. I have to really do it, really think about it. But then I always listen back and I'm like, man, that demo's got something, you know,
right. But you know
like,
what's been helping me with that too, dude, is other people.
yeah.
Meaning, like I will write something and then I have Jeff Mars play on it.
Oh yeah, dude.
Holy
Yep.
shit! It
Yep.
has a it just elevates it and
Sure.
you're bringing in other people's fire for what they're inspired by what you did. So
Yep.
it's just collaboration. But
Yeah.
I'm like you, where if I decide to, I'll play everything on it,
Yeah.
and that does have a consistency and this whole world that it is. And sometimes that is the answer.
Yeah.
But sometimes if you feel like maybe you don't know what needs to be taking it to that next level, it is having a Jamie come on
Yep.
there,
Yep.
something like that. So
For sure, man. Well, that's awesome. And I think that is a really good, playing at the Guild, opening for Super Diamond. So then you got a freaking crowd. That's
got
awesome.
crowd, got buddies. Yeah.
Yep. Killer dude. Um, Wow, no interruptions this week. That's pretty amazing.
I know.
um, Yar Nar. What have I got? What have I got? You got any this week?
I
Whoa.
do.
Okay, okay. Um, here's what I've got. Uh, man buns. Yar
Ooh,
Nar.
this is very good. Uh Yar.
You're Yar. Okay.
Yep,
Fair
I'm
enough.
Yar because there are examples of people that look cool with it.
That's right. That's right.
Who's the main dude that's like, I don't know if he's actually a Game of Thrones guy. He might be that just big mountain dude.
What's his
Uh
name? Momoa.
yeah, him exactly.
Yeah, he's freaking
Jason
cool.
Momoa,
Jason Momoa.
fresh. Yeah,
And
okay.
he's
That's
true
why,
Hawaiian and
and
like
that's why it's a Yar.
see
I can't say Nar across the board.
exactly. See, I used to have long hair and I used to wear a man bun, and I look back at myself and I go, no, like
Right.
nar on me and shame on myself because it was wrong. But the only yar in the way I did it was I would do it as a functional man bun. Like I needed to do it, like it would get my hair would get in my face.
Yeah.
But I think this is a if you are a freaking gladiator warrior and
Right.
you have big hair and
Right.
the only way to live your life is with big hair,
Yeah.
you got to do the man bun
Yeah.
sometimes.
You're
So
like a linebacker for the freaking Patriots, and
yeah,
you just
and then if you cut your hair, it's like you lost
some
something,
power.
like,
Yeah.
like you like down the see. But for someone like me, just cut your hair. Like that's what I would say to myself back then. I'd be like, Jeff, lose the man bun, cut your hair. No one's gonna care. You're gonna look better.
I
So
hear you.
that's the way I see it. Sometimes depends on the person.
But see, let me do another wrinkle to this, which is when I had my hair at pretty much my longest, mostly I look back and it looked hell of stupid. Like some guy joked at me and he goes, "Hey, you cut your He-Man hair." Because I did, it looked like a stupid He-Man doll. But
Yeah,
the way that I would do it once in a while that I look back and I go, I actually really like that,
yeah.
was the sum up, sum down.
Some up, some
So
down.
it's a
Kind of like
pony. It's kind of a ponytail, but some is
it's
down under it.
yeah,
So like Tom Cruise used to have it like that.
yeah, like Last
Uh,
Samurai or something,
yeah, man.
or or I guess
That
the other what's the other one is not
like
Gladiator,
Magnolia was a movie that he had it like that.
Magnolia,
Love it.
and then what was the damn it? I'm trying to think of something. There was
Was it
no, there was it wasn't Tom Cruise. There's a character that was I think it was also a wrestler's name too, and it would be like kind of up and kind of hanging down,
right?
but
Exactly.
I can't think of the name of it.
But that look I actually prefer for
Yeah,
some reason.
yeah,
It's out of your eyes, but you still have the sort of girth or body of it behind, on your neck. So I
yeah.
like that look.
Okay. So I'm gonna say Yar for everyone else, Nar for myself.
I dig it. And I'll gnar my own He-Man hair,
So if I
dude.
ever have long hair again and you see a man bun, just sneak up behind me and snip that thing right off.
Remember that thing you said?
And then gleek in my ear.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay, I got one more, I guess. How about this one? Um, Shortening words using abbreviations like totes abbreves or like man buns for shit. All right, I can't even.
Yeah. Well, you use single syllable words there. You're like Matt Butt.
But no, but like I'm going on vacay.
Yeah. I must admit, I think it's like cute and I really like it because it reminds me of like David Spade style talking.
Absolutely.
Oh, dude, I really like it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to do probably my biggest yar. It's cute. I think
Yeah.
it has some positive. I could see how somebody's like that's douchey, but I just like it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
full yar.
And we don't have time for all these big words. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude, exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with it too. I like it. Like I think it actually it slices off a big piece of someone's personality like quickly. Like
Yeah,
if someone's like, "Oh, totes," you're like, "Okay, I'm starting to understand you now."
yeah. Well, I just like it if you'll text me and you'll be like, "We podding." I'm like,
Yeah,
I love it, dude.
yeah.
This is good
Would
stuff.
you like to join? Salutations, Bray. Would you like to join
Exactly.
the
Join me in a podcast
on
conversation.
online conversating podcast?
Zoom is short for only like Zoomation meeting.
Totally. I don't understand Zoom. Like my credit card got stolen a few months ago or whatever. And they finally caught up to me and it was like, oh, your payments declined. So I go to try and pay it. Zoom's website is like from 1995.
Right.
I'm like, dude, come on. Like, what?
It's like
This is
Craigslist.
it is really, really bad. Like you'll type something in and then the word is like floating somewhere else and the
Oh
box
my
is like over.
God.
I'm like, dude, this sucks. But
Dude,
anyways,
we like Flash. We
Yeah.
use Flash.
this is brought to you by Zoom. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Zoom.
Yeah. Cool, man. Well, enjoy the rest of the week. Everybody go to Bimbo's for Mustache Harbor and Fox. So go to both.
Go to both. Tainted Love
Tainted
at
Love.
Fox, please.
Yeah.
Send your significant other to one and you go to the other.
Yeah, totally.
That's how you support this show.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you will get gleeked on.
The Gleek Street Boys. Yeah.
Nice.
Right. Cool, man. Well, it was fun.
All right, homie. Talk soon.
I'll see you soon.
See ya.
Green room is probably not clean. The green room, it's definitely not green. The green room, can I get some more ice?